As usual, lay down on the mat. Knees bent if you have any tension around the spine. Otherwise, roll the legs straight and roll outward. Roll the arms outward, palm of the hand facing the sky, to keep the shoulder blades flat onto the ground. Slide the shoulder blades over the waist and pull the back of the head away from the shoulders. Close your eyes. And allow your body to soften. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Release all tensions. One more time. Relax your forehead, eyebrows, and the skin between the eyebrows. Relax your eyes and then sink deeper into the skull. Relax the skin of your face. Unclench your jaw and let your lips open slightly. Relax your throat, your neck and shoulders. Arms, forearms and hands. Relax your back, the muscles of your back and your spine, vertebra per vertebra. Relax your belly and the wall abdominal area. Relax your hips, your groins. Relax your legs, knees, ankles and feet. Bring your attention into your breathing cycle and observe every aspect of your breath. Which part of your body moves the most, chest or belly? If both moves, which one moves first? Observe without changing anything. Observe simply to know yourself. Observe the length of your breathing cycle. Inhalation and exhalation have the same length, or one of them is naturally longer. Observe the small pauses between inhalation and exhalation, and between exhalation and inhalation, the small moments where everything stops, even your breath. Become aware of the 4 phases of your breathing cycle. Inhalation, pause, exhalation, pause. Even there, observe. Is one of the 2 pauses longer? Observe also that your throat remain relaxed and open even during the pauses. 3 more observing breaths. At the end of the 3rd, take control and create a long, slow, and steady breath. Observe your body expanding with every inhalation and gently contracting with every exhalation. Long, slow, steady breath. Observe the lungs filling up slowly and getting empty slowly. Observe your belly moving. Navel moving up with every inhalation and down toward the spine with every exhalation. Long, slow, steady breath. Observe your rib cage becoming wider with every inhalation. Observe the ribs moving closer together with every exhalation. Long, slow, steady breath. Imagine that with every inhalation, the air enters your body and recharge your body. With every exhalation, the air goes out, bringing all tensions. With every inhalation, you feel recharged, resourced. With every exhalation, you feel released, relaxed, free. Keep a long, slow, and steady breath. Just keep your mind there. Keep your mind on your breath. With every inhalation, visualize the air, the energy entering your body. And with every exhalation, visualize the air going out, bringing all the tensions. Keep your mind there, focused. And now, inhale deeply. Exhale passively, just letting the air out without controlling the exhalation. And at the end of this passive exhalation, hold your breath just for a few seconds. Don't force yourself, but play with yourself. Inhale deeply, actively. Exhale passively, and hold your breath. Inhale actively. Exhale passively, and hold your breath. Don't control your exhalation. Just let it flow naturally. Long, slow, steady inhalation. Passive exhalation. 3 more breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, go back to a normal one, completely passive. Just let the air flow naturally without controlling either the inhalation and the exhalation. Just let it go. And observe how your breath becomes light, subtle. Gently bend your knees and roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a brief moment before pushing with the left hand to sit up. Okay. Sit on the back of the mat with the knees wide as the mat. Put your hands over your thighs. Lift the sternum and move the shoulders gently back. So you're actually arching gently your spine. And now, tilt your hip backward to lengthen the lumbar spine, still keeping the shoulders back. Roll the arms outward and move the hands toward the ground, like you want to touch the ground. And push the thumbs back. Breathe deeply on your chest, expanding deeper and deeper your chest. Look just in front of you, the same level of your eyes, but with a soft eyesight. Now, really slowly, move your arms in front of you, parallel to the ground, palm of the hand facing each other. Then, bring the arms back into the shoulder socket. So, move the arms back and down. Keep the shoulders wide and stretch your shoulders. I want you to feel the activation of the muscles around the shoulder joint. Keep the arms back and down. Keep the shoulders wide. Lift the sternum and pull the back of the head away from the shoulders, like you want to lengthen the whole spine. Observe if you have more tension on your right side or on your left side, or if it's equal. Just become aware of your base, of your starting position. Now put your hands down on the ground, not too far from the knees. Now, keeping the arms completely straight, I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades. Like you want to grab something in between your shoulder blades with your shoulder blades. So allow the chest to move forward, and on the meantime, squeeze your shoulder blades back. Yes, like that. Now, push with the hands against the ground to push the chest back and allow the shoulder blades to slide on the outer side of your chest. Yes, exactly. That is movement. So keep on moving forward, squeeze your shoulder blades, and back to move the shoulder blades to the side of the chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades and back. Do it at your own pace. And keep on moving the chest back and forth, allowing the shoulder blades, allowing the shoulder blades to move. Like that. That's good. Now, still keeping this movement, you're doing great. Try and push also the shoulders away from your ears. So you're gonna activate other muscles even. More lower on your chest. Keep on squeezing and moving the shoulder blades out. Keep the arms straight. I know it's easy to lose that. Okay, now walk forward with your hands, lift your butt. Keep your buttocks right over your knees. Belly in, so tilt your hip backward gently, just to lengthen your lumbar spine. Keep the shoulders away from the ears and keep the shoulder blades to the side. Touch the outer side of your chest and walk forward with your hands, lowering your chest. Keep on rolling the arms outward and keep the shoulders wide. Allow the head to move down toward the ground. Push the chest down to the ground, but the lumbar spine up to focus the opening on the upper part of your spine. 3 breaths. And at the end of the 3rd breath, really slowly, walk back with your hands. Seat on your heels again, with the knees together, touching. Okay. Now, create circles with your hips and lumbar spine. Put on one side, and on the other side. Okay, interlace the hands behind your sacrum. And now straighten your arms as much as you can. Move the hands down toward the ground like you want to touch the ground. And move it also gently away from your buttocks. Keep the belly in and keep the hips tilted back. But lift the shoulders, lift the sternum and move the shoulders down. Okay. Move also the back of your head away from the shoulders. Okay, that's good. 3 breaths. And release. Now, grab your blocks. Take the 2 of them. And put it on the back of the mat, one above the other, on the lower side. It's like just one above the other. Okay. Seat over the 2 blocks with the feet, actually with the inner ankle touching the blocks. So it's supposed to be quite comfortable. Good. It won't last. It won't be comfortable a lot later. So now just move the heels toward the block, like you want to squeeze the block with your heel. So activate also your hamstring, your legs, just to squeeze. 3 breaths, just that. Still not so hard. And at the end of the 3rd, release. Take 1 block out. Move the feet away from the blocks, from the block, and sit on the block again. If it's doable and you don't feel too much pressure on your knees, stay there. Otherwise, sit again on the second block, but keep the feet away from each other. Okay, well, you look comfortable. That's good. Just stay there. And now, still staying in this position, I want you to move the heels close to your buttocks, actually. Like you want to squeeze your buttocks with your heels. 3 breaths. And release. Okay, now is the hard part. Take away the block and try and sit down in between your feet. Listen to the messages of your body. So if you feel that it's a little bit too much, just stay there for 1 breath and then change and sit over 1 block. If it's quite comfortable, well, stay there. 3 breaths. That is, you're working, because you can feel the stretch on your feet. You can feel the muscles working. I think, yes, exactly. Okay, that's good. Now, push your body forward. Lift your feet and create circles with your feet. Okay, both on one side and on the other side. Now, if you have a folded blanket, you can take it, because if you felt a lot of pressure on the front of the feet, you can also do the same position over a folded blanket, so it will be more comfortable. Otherwise, we're going to do roughly the same, but to enter the position, I want you to take your calf muscles and roll it outward, both, and sit down. Okay. And again, listen to the messages of your body. Feel if something has changed, and be aware of the tensions on your knees. Because if the muscles are working, well, it's fine. If it's the knees that are tense, better not. So in that case, sit over either folded blanket or over the block. Or you can also open your knees just a tiny bit, not too much, but just a tiny bit. Okay. 3 breaths again. Now, take the block and sit on the block again. So we're gonna step back to work in a different way. And we will go back to the previous position. So now keep the 2 knees together and the feet just as wide as your hips. So imagine that later on, you will have your buttocks just sliding inside your heels. That's the idea. So now you're supposed to be quite comfortable. Again, okay. Now, I wanted to, I'm gonna tell you like that, and then I will try and explain. But I want you to move the skin from the inner knees toward the inner groin. So it seems impossible to move the skin, but that is the idea. So I want you to activate the inner muscles, like you want to really bring the inner side of the knees bring it to the groin. When doing so, kind of squeezing the tunis together, observe the movement of the hip. When doing so, you can feel the hips tilting forward just a tiny bit. So your hip, your lumbar spine will be gently arched. Keep it there. Keep this movement. Bring the back of the head away from the shoulders, shoulders down, roll the arms outward and push the thumbs back and down. 3 breaths. And at the end of the 3rd breath, release. We're going to do it again. Keep this movement in place. So from the inner knee to the inner groin. 3 breaths. Don't move your arms now. Just focus on this small movement. Observe the movement of the hips and of the spine. 3 breaths. And at the end of the 3rd, release. Okay, now take the block away and sit in Padmasana. Okay, now roll the legs gently inward. The 2 big toes are touching, the heels are gently apart. Roll the thighs gently inward and observe that also with this movement, the hips tilt forward gently. Bring the shoulders back to be aligned with your hips. I want you to feel a little bit more weight on your sitting bones. Bend your right leg and put the right feet outside of your left leg. Okay. Just the feet outside, not under the knee, but yes. Okay, that's good. Now, take the right knee with the left hand, put your right hand down on the ground, aligned with the coccyx, but a little bit back. Okay. Start twisting your torso. Lift the sternum and tilt your hip gently forward. Push your left heel away and your big toes, well actually your toes, toward you. Keep on twisting your torso, look back. Keep the right arm bent in order to lower your shoulder. Stay there. And come back to center. Now, keep the base of the right feet down on the ground. So I'm going to show you like that. Really firmly on the ground. Take the left elbow and push with the left elbow the right knee to the left. Like you want to lift the right buttock. Sternum lifted, shoulder blade down. I want you to feel a bit of tension around your hip joint, right hip joint. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Keep on pushing the elbow against the knee in order to stretch that area. And now, still keeping this pressure from the elbow to the knee, I want you to push the outer side of your right feet toward the left leg. And observe how it activates different muscles around the hip joint. 3 breaths. And release. Change on the other side. Yeah, the small change, huge difference. Now, left feet outside of your right leg. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Put your right hand outside of your left knee. Turn, twist your torso. Put your left hand down on the ground, align with the coccyx, but a little bit back. Pull the arms outward. Still lift the sternum. Tilt your hip forward. Push your right heel away from your body and the toes towards your body. Twist. Bend gently your left elbow in order to lower your left shoulder and look back. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, come back to center. Put your elbow, right elbow, outside of your left knee and start pushing. Stay there. 3 breaths. In order to start stretching the hip joint, at the end of the third breath, start pushing with the outside of your left feet against the right leg in order to deepen the stretch, to deepen the activation of different muscles around the hip joint. 3 breaths. And release. Okay, now bend your right leg, lay the right ankle under the left knee. Now, yes. Bend the left leg just in front. Put your hands just in front of your knees and create circles with your hips along the spine. Keep this wide cross-leg position with the right tibia parallel to the hips. Turn also on the other side. If you feel a bit too much pressure on the outside of your ankle, flex your feet. Gonna release that pressure. Now, lift the sternum, shoulder blades down, keeping the spine gently arched. Tilt your hips forward and start leaning forward, keeping the spine straight. When you reach your maximum, whatever it is, I don't care, and you don't have to care. Just focus on the spine, on the straight spine, long spine. Find a comfortable position for your arms, either putting your hands down on the ground or putting your elbows over the legs, whichever is comfortable. Stay there for 3 breaths. Still with your spine straight and long. And at the end of the third, allow your spine to unbend and go all the way down. 3 deep breaths. Use just the gravity to go down. Don't need to force the movement. And at the end of the third breath, really slowly come back up. Stretching your legs and lie the left ankle under the right knee. Bend the right leg in front. Again, if you feel a bit of tension on the outer side of the ankle, you can put your feet flat. Leave the sternum, shoulder blades down, put your hands right in front of your knees and create circles with your hips along the spine, both on one side and on the other side. Okay, now, keeping the spine gently arched, so tilt your hips gently forward. Now, start leaning forward, still keeping your spine either gently arched or completely straight, long. When you reach your maximum, wherever it is, find a comfortable position for your arms in order to relax the arms and shoulders. But focus on the straightness of your spine. The spine straight. Stay there for 3 breaths. And at the end of the 3rd breath, allow your spine to unwind and go all the way down. And again, 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, really slowly come back up. Okay, now straighten your legs again. Bend your right knee and bring the knees, using the hands, bring the knee to the chest. Lift your right feet. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down. Stay there, 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, keep the knee close to the chest, just using the right hand, and take with the left hand the outer side of your right feet, just moving the hands under the feet and then grabbing the outer side. Okay, now allow the right knee to open to the side. Okay. Use the 2 hands to take the right feet and lift the sternum. Lift the feet at the same, almost at your chest level. Right. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. And now, keeping the feet more or less at your chest level, move the knee back and forth. Keep the feet quite high, a little bit higher. Yes. Imagine that the tibia is parallel to the ground and you want to keep the tibia parallel to the ground. Okay. And create a deeper and deeper movement. So move the knee back, and then move the feet a little bit more to the left. Yes, exactly. Keep the tibia parallel to the ground. Okay, now to stabilize a little bit your hips and leg, put your left heel away, so activate the leg, and push the thigh down. The left thigh down. So you're activating the leg, so you're moving a little bit less around your hips. Okay, that's good. Now, bring the right feet over the thigh. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down. Stay there. If it's doable, if it's quite comfortable, bring the heel a little bit closer to the groin. But listen to the messages of your body, especially listen to your right knee. If you feel discomfort, don't push forward. You don't need to. Okay, that's good. Now, lift your right feet again and straighten your leg to your maximum. So if it's not straight, it's not a problem, but keep it just in line. Also with your leg bend, it's not a problem. Yeah, exactly, that is good. That is really good. Lift the sternum a little bit more. Good. Okay, and down on the other side. So, bend your left knee, grab the knee with the 2 hands, and lift the feet. Bring in the knee toward the chest.
Okay, that's good. Stay there. Now, keep the left knee close to the chest using just the left hand, and grab the outer side of your left feet. Okay. Now, allow the knee to open to the side and grab the feet with the two hands. Okay. Lift the feet at chest level. Keep the tibia as much as you can parallel to the ground. Start moving the leg, hip, and tibia. To allow the body to move a little bit less, push the right heel away from your body and push the thigh down. So activating the right leg to stabilize your body. Keep on moving. Okay, now bring the feet right over the thigh. Stay there. Lift the sternum. And listening to the messages of your body. Move the feet a little bit closer to the groin. Always listening to the messages of your body, especially around your knee. You don't want to feel discomfort on your knee. Good. Last moment. And release. Okay, now slide the right leg under the left one. And walk with your right feet back in order to have the heel really close to the left hip. Exactly. Now, bring the left feet back in order to have it close to the hip. To go a little bit deeper into this cross-leg position, you can slide the left arm in between the two knees, not under the knee, just in between the two knees, and use the arms as a leverage to push the left knee a little bit more to the right. Put your feet a little bit more to the back. Okay, and try and lower your left knee. Okay. It's not easy, I know. Now, stop your left feet, because otherwise it will just keep on moving forward. So use the right hand to stop the movement of your left feet and lift the sternum. And observe how it does stretch on your left hip. Tilt your hip gently forward. Just the hip. Yes, exactly. Stay there. And now change side. So put your left feet quite close to the, well, as close as you can, to the right hip. Grab the right leg, right feet, and move it back as much as you can. If you want to, you can slide the right arm in between the two knees and just use it as a leverage to move the right knee a little bit more toward the left side. Use the left hand to stop the movement of your right feet. Okay, and now lift the sternum and tilt your hip forward. And enjoy this lovely stretch. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, release. Now, take one block and put one block under your left buttocks, just the left one, so that the right one is free to go down. Keep the right feet close to the buttocks. The heel is really close to the buttocks. Okay, now from this position, straighten your left leg, push the heel away and the toes towards you. Keep the two knees wide closed. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down. 3 breaths. Observe how the block will help you keep the hips squared. At the end of the third breath, I want you to try and put the block away. But I really want you to listen to the messages of your body. If it's a little bit too much, either you take back the block or you take a folded blanket a little bit lower or book or whatever, a little bit lower than your block, but not too low either. So just listen to the messages of your body. The idea is to have the heel, the right heel, just outside of your hip, and the two hips as much as you can, and this is the hard part, as much as you can, squared. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down, push the left heel away from your body. 3 breaths. At the end of the third breath, bend your left feet and left knee and grab your feet with both hands. So in case, you can always use the block if it's a little bit too demanding for your knee, for your right knee. It's not a problem to use a prop. Okay, now that you have your grip, lean gently back and straighten as much as you can. So always listen to the messages of your body. Straighten your left leg. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down. 3 breaths. Good. Awesome. Relax your belly and your face. Lower your shoulders. Yes. And change leg. So, straighten your right leg. Put your block under your right bottom. Bend your left knee. And put your left feet just outside your left hip. If you want to, we just did it one time, but you can use this variation. You can always, to enter this position, you can always lift, twist your calf muscles and then sit down, if it's more comfortable for you. Okay, now that you have block and the left leg bent, straighten your right leg. Flex your feet, push your heel away and your toes towards you. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, listen to the messages of your body and either try and move away the block. If it's a little bit too much, take either folded blanket or a smaller book or the block. It's not a problem. Now, lift the sternum, shoulder blades down. Bend your right leg and grab with both hands your right feet. Lean back. And really gently start straightening your right leg. Listen to the messages of your body. I prefer to see the leg bend, but the spine long, shoulders down. And to see, yeah, that is perfect. This is just perfect. Relax your face. Smile. And really slowly come back to the starting position. Now, Padmasana. Push your heels forward and the toes back. Leave the sternum, shoulder blades down. Activate your abdominal muscles and lean gently back. Just to have more pressure on your sitting bones. Just that. Push your thighs down and tip your hip forward. But keep the shoulders back. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, bend both knees and grab the outer side of your feet. Okay, now round your spine and push the spine gently back. Allow the head to fall down toward the chest. Close your eyes and stretch your back. 3 breaths. At the end of the third breath, lift your head, open your eyes, walk back with your heels and find balance. Still grabbing, yes, still grabbing the outer side of your feet. So it's a different version. Now, lift the tibia parallel to the ground. Both tibias. Not easy, I know. Okay, now slide the knees outside of your arms. Whoop, whoop. Keep the tibias parallel to the ground. Okay, that's good. Try and grab the outer side of your feet. Okay, now straighten the leg, keeping the leg wide. Keep the sternum, shoulder blades down. Playing with the body in a different way. Keep the spine straight. 2 breaths. At the end of the third, cross your leg, lean forward, and enter tabletop position. Keep the 2 knees close to each other, arms right under the shoulders. Move the shoulders away from the ears. And create circles with your hips and lumbar spine. Both on one side and on the other side. Walk gently back with your knees. Put your feet as wide as the mat. Tuck your toes under. Roll the arms outwards. Slide the shoulder blades over the waist. And enter Adho Mukha Svanasana. Push the chest over the toes. And keep the shoulders wide. Roll the arms outward and observe the shoulder blades moving gently toward the outer side of your chest. Keep it there. Keep on pushing the chest over the toes. Stay there. And walk forward with your feet to have the 2 feet in between your hands. Keep on walking forward. Okay. Good. Now, bend your knee, lean gently forward, put both hands down on the ground. Lean on the left and on the right feet, and really gently start straightening the left leg just behind you. Keep it parallel to the ground and roll the leg inward to have the hips squared. Straighten your right leg if you can. If you want to, you can just put your hands on your fingertips to straighten your spine. 3 breaths. Keep on rolling the leg inward, the left leg inward, to keep the hips squared. Stay there. And now bend your right leg and change leg. So lean on the left leg and lift the right one. Roll the right leg inward to have the hips squared. Leave the sternum, shoulder blades down. Keep the 2 legs straight as much as you can. And stay there, 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, lower your right leg. Put your hands on the waist. Keep the legs straight and come back up. Come back up. Okay. Roll the arms outward. Belly in, tilt your hip backward. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Push your thumbs back. Look right in front of you at eye level. But push the back of the head away from the shoulders to lengthen the spine. 3 breaths. And release. Now, still in Padmasana, so with the 2 toes together and the heels gently apart, still keeping the tilting back of your hips and the lifting of the sternum. Find the dristi gently higher than your eye level. Lower your shoulders and keeping the dristi, lean on the right leg. Lift the left leg. Grab the outer side of your left feet and allow the left knee to drop down. You can always use the wall or something stable to help you in those balance poses. It's not a problem. Okay. And now I wanted to push the left knee even more down in order to activate the muscles on your inner hips. 3 breaths. Stand up, lift the shoulder blades down. And at the end of the 3rd, come back to Padmasana. Lean on the left leg, lift the right leg. Grab the outer side of your feet. And there, allow the right knee to go down. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down, belly in. Push the knee down in order to activate the muscles on your hip joint. 3 breaths. And release. lean on the right leg again. Lift the left leg and open the knee to the side. Put your left feet in contact with the right leg. Keep the right leg gently bent. Now, squeeze your butt. And again, observe how this activates some muscles on your hips. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down. Roll the arms outward. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, change leg. So lean on the left leg, lift the right leg, open the right leg to the side and put your right feet in contact with the left leg. Keep the left leg gently bent and squeeze your butt. Observe how this activates different muscles on your hips. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down, roll the arms outward. 3 breaths. Soft face. And at the end of the third, come back to center. Put your feet wider than your hips, but not too wide either. Hands on the waist, bend your knees, and create circles with your hips and lumbar spine. Since we worked on the hips on a different level today, in a different way today, take the time to relax the muscles that we used. Turn also on the other side. Before entering Shavasana. Yay! You did it! So whenever you feel ready, just go into Shavasana. And you can use all the props you need to be comfortable in Shavasana. At the end of Shavasana, I'm going to chant the mantra. And at the end of the mantra, I'm going to guide you out of the pose. Till that moment, just relax.
Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Slowly start moving your toes and fingers. Bring back the awareness into your body. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Release all tension. And allow your body to soften. Stay there just a few moments. When you feel ready, bend your knees and roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a brief moment. Before pushing with the left hand and sit up. Keep your spine straight yet relaxed. Hands in Inanna Mudra or Chin Mudra. Thumb and index finger together, palm of the hand either facing the sky or the ground. Face, shoulders, throat, arms relaxed, soft. Inhale deeply. Put your hands in prayer position in front of the chest. Open your eyes. Namaste.